Welcome back to another episode of Something's Happening Here. I'm Dave Roush, and as we know, the government has been putting out warnings all across the country and around the world to stay at home. However, we've also seen images like these from spring break in Florida or here in Louisiana at Mardi Gras, where a lot of people aren't necessarily taking those warnings so seriously. Well, now, one man has taken it upon himself to get the message out in his own very unique and very creative way. Now, we have to warn you, this is YouTube, and so the clip we're about to show has some pretty colorful language in it, but despite all that, there is something happening in New Hampshire. Take a look.
The world has caught a virus, so I've written you a poem. We need your help to cure it, so stay the fuck at home. And if you have got 12 kids or you're living on your own, lock it down and isolate and stay the fuck at home. If you think you're not...
That's Bobby Kelly from New Hampshire. He's a retired telecommunications administrator and musical TikTok and YouTuber who took it upon himself to issue his own travel advisory to the public in his own unique way.
I feel fine. Please just stay the fuck at home. From LA through to Berlin, from Wuhan through to Rome.
And Bobby Kelly joins me right now here on Something's Happening Here. Hey, Bob, how's it going up there in New Hampshire?
Just fine, Dave. Beautiful day in New Hampshire, gray skies, and the grass is growing and the snow is melting.
So tell me a little bit about how you came to become a YouTuber of over 1.3 million views now with your very unique warning to people. Where did that come from?
Well, I've been a YouTuber for a long time, but I recently started using TikTok, and TikTok is my jam. But a friend of mine from Boy Scouts sent me a message the other day, and including Chris Franklin's original recording of the poem with him drinking a beer. It was kind of funny, and he mentions in the poem that this could be a song. And so I said, yeah, no, not this could, this will. So I went to work on it right away. And it all came together pretty good, a little kind of a jiggy kind of melody, sort of English music hall style. And I sent it off to him and said, hey, I just did this. And he said, well, I'll post it on my Facebook. And he did. And it just went from there. I put it up on TikTok. I think first I put it up on TikTok and then I put it up on YouTube.
Now, so we understand that the lyrics came from a guy in Australia.
Chris
you said
Frank.
You did reach out to him, right? And you shared with him what you did.
We're having a wonderful time. I'm actually going to be on his version of the recording that he's doing with some very famous Australian musicians. I'm all excited. We had a great time talking. He's in probably his late 50s. He's a really nice guy, and we hit it off, and I think this is going to be the start of a beautiful relationship.
Why was it so important for you to get this message out? I mean, it has some colorful language, let's be honest. Stay the F at home. It's YouTube. We don't have FCC rules here, so...
yeah, that's the best.
Why that message? Why is that so important right now?
Why is it important? Because I was here sequestered at home, and I'm looking at New York City, and they've closed the theaters, and these people are still roaming around in Times Square, and it's like nothing. And it's like, guys, come on. This is dangerous. You don't understand pandemic. Do you understand 1918? 50 million people died in 1918, and that was before there were airplanes and immediate transmission of anything around the world in snap. So people don't seem to understand that. And so that was why it was important to me. And then when I saw Chris's thing, I mean, it was just like, yeah, that's fucking perfect there, Chris.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
Now you also created a kinder, gentler version of the song, something a little more G-rated that could air on television if it had to. Talk to me a little bit about that.
Well, I mean, I thought about my friends who had children, and somebody posted it and said, oh, yeah, I'm playing it. And the kids are listening to it. And I said, no, please, I don't need that. And I had a few people that were like, well, the language, and so, okay, I can make one that is more kid-friendly. So that's what I did. I said, this is a useful thing because it was taking off so big that I thought it prudent to do that if, rather than have kids running around the house going, Stay the fuck at home, you know. They would stay the heck at home. Yes, mommy. Yeah.
We need your help to cure it, so stay the heck at home.
So I just thought it was an important thing to do, and it has borne out. A lot of people have thanked me very much for making that.
How many views are we up to now across platforms? The last I saw was 1.3 million on YouTube, but I didn't even check TikTok. So where are we looking right
I
now?
mean, it's over 20 million if you count all the freebooters and everything else. Actually, I just did a copyright strike on one of the freebooters, and Facebook has taken them down or disabled them.
So yeah, talk to me a little bit about that. Before we got on camera today, you said you're chasing pirates.
Chasing the pirates, lad. Aye, there's the new pirates of the internet. They sail the seas of the World Wide Web. And they steal content. That's what they do. And they steal the content and put it on their site and build up a buzz on their site. They just need to know that this is intellectual property. This is my work. When you do that, you're taking money out of my pocket. I know that you're saying, oh, well, I gave you all that exposure. And that's great. But give me the credit. That's all I want. All I want them to do is to link to the YouTube and put my name and Chris's name there so that we get credit for this. Not that I don't care about them building up their website. That's great. You can build up your website, but don't do it at the expense of a content creator.
Right. And that's a big issue for a lot of people right now with people stealing content. I was exploring your YouTube channel a little bit before we got here, and I want to ask you a little bit about Old Man on the Dance Floor. I'm going to let our viewers take a look at it right now.
I'm the old man on the dance floor, and the youngsters are staring at me. I'm dancing my ass off all night long, and they all are coming to me.
So, Old Man on the Dance Floor, not exactly something we would expect someone of your generation to produce. What's the story behind that?
When I go out dancing, a lot of times people look at me, I walk into the club and it's like, who the hell is this guy? And then by the end of the night, they're buying me drinks because, I love to dance and I just have joie de vivre, and I'm challenging all the youngsters. You can get out here and dance with me, So that's really where Old Man on the Dance Floor came from. And I kind of sat down one day to say, I'm going to write a rap about this. And I did that. And that's where the Old Man on the Dance Floor came from. And the tune, I was trying to record the thing and I had a beat and it was weak. It was really weak. So on Facebook, I put out a call. I said, hey, I'm working on this song and the beat ain't snapping. You got anything that's snapping? And this young man called Connor Meyer, he sent me 3 beats. And one of them was the beat that I ended up using with this. And then he went and customized it for me for the song. So it was like, this is it. This is this whole collaboration thing, this whole wonderful community work that goes on now with all these young folks. And whenever anybody tells me, kids these days, they're millennials, blah, 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 all that, I'm like, no, you are effing wrong, completely effing wrong, because they are building communities because they don't have jobs. I mean, they grew up in the 2008 horrible recession. So they kind of had to build all this stuff, and that's what they're doing.
All right. Well, my next question is, when are you heading to American Idol?
No, I don't get into contests. I hate contests because, first of all, I don't want the big letdown of not getting, not winning. That's horrible. It's like, I don't want that. I'm not in competition here. I'm out here to entertain people, make them smile. I'm not in competition. It's just like the money thing. I'm not really that interested in that part of it. I'm much more interested in applause.
All right. Well, listen, I'm going to give you the last word. Anything else you want people to know about you, about your video, or about the idea of staying the F at home during this outbreak?
Yeah, well, stay the F at home during the outbreak. My big thing is, don't lose your joy. Don't lose your joy. Dance like no one's watching. And try to learn, live, and love every day. That's all.
Such an important message. And Bobby Kelly, I want to thank you so much for taking some time out of your weekend to talk to us here on this brand new YouTube show, Something's Happening Here. Bobby, thank you so much.
You're very welcome, David, and I wish you great success with the show.
Thank you. And I want to thank you for making it all the way to the end of the video. But now that you're here, why don't you help us out? Click that like button and click the subscribe button. Helps get our videos out in front of more eyeballs, more people to see. And also, if you click the little bell over there, you'll get a notification every time we post a new episode. Thanks so much for being here for another episode of Something's Happening Here. I'm Dave Roush, and we'll see you next time.